It's the 2nd of June 2025. This is a brand new edition of Primetime News coming to you live and direct from our Newsfirst studios here in Colombo, bringing you the news for tonight. I am Jaima Ratnaik.
And I'm Rochelle Pramodara. Let's start off with a look at your headlines for tonight.
Every cent of every taxpayer will be protected, declares President.
අපි හැම රුපියලක්ම ආරක්ෂා කරනවා. ඒ රුපියලක් නාස්ති කරන්න හෝ වංචාව යොදවන්න උත්සාහ කරනවා නම් ඒකට එරෙහිව නීතිය ක්‍රියාත්මක කරන්න උපරිම අපි මැදිහත් වෙන බව අපට සාතිකයි.
161 local government bodies commence official terms. Local government commissioners to decide on 178 local government bodies, including Colombo. Former chairman of the Talawakale Lindula Urban Council remanded until the 11th of June. Dengue and chikungunya on the rise. No signs of COVID-19 spreading, says the Medical Research Institute. Massive drone attacks from Russia and Ukraine amid plans for peace talks. Miss Sri Lanka for Miss World, Anudhi Gunasekara, returns to her homeland.
In tonight's top story, President Anurakumara Dissanayake has emphasized his commitment to safeguarding every rupee paid by the public as taxes. He made this statement this morning at the presidential office while participating in the inauguration ceremony of the National Tax Week.
අපිට මෙහෙම පේන සාමකාමී පද්ධතියක් තියෙනවා වගේම මේක ඇතුලේ කළු පද්ධතියක් තියෙනවා. ඒ කළු පද්ධතිය ජාවාරම්කාර
Our country may appear to have a peaceful system on the surface, but beneath it lies a dark network, a corrupt system controlled by fraudulent business groups. This is a reality. Recently, when customs officials opened certain shipping containers, they discovered illegally imported goods from well-known brands. There are a handful of corrupt businesses operating within this system. This dark network includes political authorities, government officials, individuals possessing illegal weapons, and even media entities. We are facing a well-organized structure of corruption. However, I guarantee that we will dismantle this system, ensuring a society where everyone is held accountable under the law. Consider this. What is the point of accumulating wealth if one could face a 20-year prison sentence at the age of 60? No government official has the right to misuse public funds that are meant for education, salaries, housing and welfare. The consequences of such theft are severe and punishment will be enforced. The issue surrounding tax funds is not just about collecting and paying taxes. It extends beyond that into a complex, interconnected web corruption. Departments like Inland Revenue, Customs and Excise may be implicated, but blaming individual institutions alone will not solve the problem. This is a deeply rooted network that must be dismantled. That is why I say the government system must be prepared to take action. If we fail to destroy this corrupt structure, our country will not move forward. Ethical businesses pay fair taxes to the government, and protecting these contributions is the responsibility of the state. No one should be allowed to exploit the money that people have worked hard to earn. Therefore, I invite every taxpayer to contribute with confidence. We will ensure that every rupee is safeguarded. If anyone attempts to waste or misuse tax money, I assure you that the full force of the law will intervene.
රුපියලක් නාස්ති කරන්න හෝ වංචාව යොදවන්න උත්සාහ කරනවා නම් ඒකට එරෙහිව නීතිය ක්‍රියාත්මක කරන්න උපරිම අපි මැදිහත් වෙන බව අපට සාතිකයි.
Under the leadership of the President, the National Tax Week was launched today with 5 key objectives: encouraging a positive attitude towards taxation among the public, reducing tax evasion, establishing a new tax culture based on transparency and accountability, increasing public awareness about taxation, and expanding the tax base. To achieve these goals, the Inland Revenue Department, Customs, and Excise Department have jointly organized various programs throughout the week. Additionally, Sri Lanka and Germany have collaborated to introduce the system to Sri Lanka Customs. This initiative will enhance efficiency and transparency in the importation process. Furthermore, a new security sticker with a digital code has been introduced for both locally produced and imported liquor bottles to ensure better regulation.
I want to tell every entrepreneur and industrialist, if your business lacks three-phase electricity, let us know and we will provide it. If you don't have suitable land to run your business, we will help you secure it. If you lack water facilities, we will ensure you get them. If the roads needed for your industry haven't been built, we will construct them for you. However, pay your taxes. No one should ask for tax exemptions for the sake of their business growth. Our economy often struggles because discussions about tax percentage images dominate the conversation instead of focusing on real progress. I believe we need a constructive dialogue about reducing excessive concentration of power and improving economic stability. But entrepreneurs must move beyond the idea that taxes are an obstacle to their growth. Taxes are essential for development and everyone must contribute fairly.
The President emphasized that this should be the final instance of seeking extended fund facility assistance from the International Monetary Fund.
I give you my assurance. Economic decisions will not be driven by political ideologies. They will be based purely on economic principles. In the past, many of our financial decisions were made through a political lens, which led to severe economic downfall. We must break free from that pattern and focus solely on economic fundamentals. Due to past mistakes, our nation has become dependent on external influences, with international entities dictating financial policies. We are now in a position where foreign powers oversee and manage our economic strategies. Targets for national revenue and production growth have been imposed on us, requiring an increase to 15.1% of GDP with a primary surplus of 2.3%. Even spending limitations are dictated by external agreements. However, Sri Lanka is an independent nation. Our government must regain full autonomy in making economic decisions without the constraints imposed by external forces. At present, our economy operates under a form of guardianship, limiting our ability to act freely in the best interests of our people. This must change. We need to chart our own path, set our own economic goals and reshape our future. This moment must mark the final instance of seeking extended fund facility assistance from the International Monetary Fund. To achieve that goal, we must strengthen state revenue, particularly through effective tax policies. A robust tax system will play a key role in restoring financial sovereignty, allowing the country to take full control of its own destiny.
The official term of local government bodies commenced today. 161 local government institutions that possess a clear majority will be active from today, while 178 other bodies, including the Colombo Municipal Council, are yet to instate activities.
The clear majority of 161 local government bodies were claimed by either a political party or independent group following the local government election held on the 6th of May. However, a single party or independent group was unable to secure a clear majority in 178 local government institutions. Yet, official terms of local government bodies officially commenced today, according to a gazette issued on the 17th of February this year. 151 local government institutions which were won outright by the National People's Power commenced their duties today, while 6 local government bodies won by the Ilange Tamil Aruskache and 2 governed by the National Congress also became active. The Sri Lanka Muslim Congress, which secured an outright majority in 1 local government body, also commenced duties today.
එකක් යට කළා. ඒකට හේතු කීපයක් දෙනවා අපි හඳුනාගත්ත ප්‍රධාන හේතුවක් තමයි කසිප්පු වරක්. ඒකට කතා කරන්න ඉගෙන ගන්නවා පාර්ලිමේන්තුවේ ගිය මිනිස්සු. ඒ වගේ රැල්ලට ආපු මිනිස්සු නෙමෙයි අපි. සර් නෑ නෑ එහෙම නෑ ඔබතුමාලා ඒක නිවැරදි කරන්න ඕනේ එහෙම නේද? අර හරියට කියලා කතා කරනවා. මේ මොකක්ද කතා කරන්නේ? ඔබතුමා වරද්දා කියලා. දැන් මගෙන් කතා කරනවා මගෙන් මාත් මම කසිප්පු වරක්. මට පොලිසිය නඩුවක් තියනවා මොනවද කරන්නේ? ඔබතුමා මාත් පොලිසිය නෑ නමක් කිව්වේ නෑ කවුද?
මගේ ප්‍රදේශ මිනිස්සු මට ඡන්දෙ දුන්නේ මම වුන් සමග සිටපු නිසා මම වුන්ට ආදරය කරපු නිසා තාමත්ම ආදරේ මාර්ල පොලිස් ස්ථානාපතිතුමාට කියනවා කෙලින්ම වැටලීම් කරන්න මම ගමේ තියෙන කසිපු නැති කරලා දාන්න ඒක මට කිසි හානියක් නැහැ.
Dalushka Priyadarshana of the National People's Power, who was named the chairman of the Kotikavatta Mulleriyawa Pradesh Sabha, assumed duties today. Ranjan Jayalal of the NPP, who was named the mayor of Kaduwela, assumed duties this morning. Duties also commenced at the Biyagama, Kalaniya and Attanagalla Pradesh Sabhas today. Top officials of numerous local government bodies in the north and east were also appointed today. Leader of the National Congress and former minister A.L.M. Ataullah was named the mayor of the Akkarepattu Municipal Council, which was won by the same party. SHM Asfar was appointed the chairman of the Kathankudi Urban Council in Batiklo, which was won by the Sri Lanka Muslim Congress.
What happens when no party secures an outright majority in a local government body? Commissioner General of Elections explains.
Since no political party or independent group has clearly secured 50% or more of the seats in 178 local government institutions, the appointment of chairpersons, vice chairpersons, mayors and deputy mayors in these bodies is being carried out through the intervention of the local government commissioners. Accordingly, a gazette notification is scheduled to be issued by the Minister of Local Government and Provincial Councils, allowing sufficient time for the commissioners to complete the appointment process in relation to 188 local government institutions. Relevant actions are currently underway in these local bodies, with the local government commissioners taking the lead in selecting individuals for the respective positions and issuing the necessary gazette notification.
What is happening in Colombo? The Colombo Municipal Council will convene within a week, as announced by Dinesh Dharmapala, the Assistant Commissioner of Local Government for the Colombo District.
According to the Local Government Elections Act, the authority lies with the Commissioner of Local Government. The Commissioner will gazette the dates for meetings of the Colombo Municipal Council and other local government bodies. On these dates, council members will convene to elect a mayor or chairperson through a voting process.
Out of the 117 total members of the Colombo Municipal Council, the largest number of seats won by a single party belongs to the National People's Power, securing 48 seats. Today, the NPP reiterated its stance that it holds control over the Colombo Municipal Council.
Since we hold the majority in the Colombo Municipal Council, the best approach would be for others to support and facilitate our governance.
The Samagi Jana Balawegya, claiming a larger seat count when opposition parties unite, reiterated today that Colombo's mayoral candidate will be from their party.
At this moment, discussions with independent groups and political parties have resulted in positive feedback in favour of granting control of the Colombo Municipal Council to the SJB. We have already finalised our mayoral candidate.
Meanwhile, the SJB also commented today on how the position of mayor and deputy mayor of Colombo should be distributed.
If the opposition is to take control, then the Samagi Jana Balawegya must lead the way, having secured 29 seats, the highest number. That means the mayoral position should belong to SJB, while the United National Party with 13 seats should hold the deputy mayor position. There's nothing left to debate on that.
Will the SLPP join hands with the SJB to gain power in Colombo?
We will never support the appointment of a mayor or deputy mayor from the SJB or the UNP. However, we are willing to support a candidate who stands firmly against the current corrupt government.
පවතින දූෂිත මාලිමා රජයට විරුද්ධ නගරාධිපතිවරයෙකු පත් කිරීම. ඒ පුද්ගලයා අපි සහයෝගය දෙන්නේ ඔහු සමගි ජන බලවේගය වීම මත නොවේ.
Of the Talawakele Lindula Urban Council, Asoka Sepala, has been remanded until the 11th of this month.
This follows his arrest by the Bribery Commission earlier today. He was produced before the Colombo Chief Magistrate Tanuja Lakmali this afternoon. Asoka Sepala is accused of awarding a tender for a beef stall owned by the Urban Council not to the highest bidder but instead to a party offering a significantly lower bid. The alleged misconduct is reported to have caused a loss of approximately 2.8 million rupees to the state.
Newsfirst with the people.
If we don't get growth to 4.5%, 5% instead of the base case of 3%, I'm afraid we will have to restructure our debt again in 3 to 4 years.
Who is responsible for the growth for the year 2024? Is it the Ranil Wickremesinghe administration or is it the Anurakumar Dissanayake administration?
There is a 60 billion rupees excess that the consumers has given to CB, which should not have been given.
This whole tariff methodology business has got well politicized, and the public has got themselves in a twist on this.
Long-term generation plan, if they were formulated in a proper way about 20 years back, nowadays we could have absorbed less expensive indigenous resources like solar in large quantity.
Face the Nation every Wednesday at 9:30 p.m. on TV1.
Test cricket.
It's not like other sports. It's not just about power or speed.
It's about skill, intelligence,
Endurance.
This is cricket at its purest.
A battle of wills, of minds,
of hearts.
The Mace, the ultimate prize.
Lords, the ultimate venue.
This is the ultimate test match.
World Test Championship 2025 Final. Australia versus South Africa. Live on TV1 3 p.m. onwards.
Welcome back to the news. Dr. Suranga Dolamulla, Director of the National Medical Research Institute, has stated that there is no active spread of the COVID-19 virus at present.
At this time, there is no active spread of COVID-19. The public should not have any concerns regarding this matter. In May, the NMRI conducted genetic sequencing on received coronavirus samples. The analysis identified 3 subvariants belonging to the Omicron variant, LF7, XFG, MV1. Among them, LF7 and XFG spread more rapidly. However, there is no evidence to suggest they cause severe illness, which is why the WHO has classified them as variants under monitoring. These subvariants have been detected in China, Singapore and Hong Kong, but they are not actively spreading in Sri Lanka.
නම් කරලා තියෙනවා. මේ ප්‍රභේද මේ වන විට චීනය, සිංගප්පූරුව, හොංකොං, ඉන්දියාව ඇතුළු ආසියාතික රටවල ව්‍යාප්ත වෙනවා. නමුත් ලංකාවේ මෙය සක්‍රියව ව්‍යාප්ත වෙන්නේ නැහැ.
The Epidemiology Unit of the Ministry of Health also commented.
ප්‍රතිශතයක් හැටියට ගත්තොතින් ගිය වසරේ ශ්වසන රෝග සහිත රෝගීන්ගේ නියැදි වලින් කරපු පරීක්ෂණවලදී
If we look at the percentages last year, COVID-19 was detected in 3% of respiratory infection cases examined. By May, this figure had risen to 6.6%. So far, tests conducted this year show a 2% average detection rate, but in the current month, this has increased to 7.7%. This suggests a seasonal rise in respiratory infections.
Dengue infections continue to show an upward trend. In March, 3,766 cases reported. In April, 5,166 cases reported. In May, 6,042 cases reported. Yesterday, 175 new cases were reported. So far this year, 23,744 dengue cases have been recorded. 13 deaths have been reported, according to the Ministry of Health. Districts with the highest dengue prevalence include Colombo, Gampaha, Ratnapura and Batiklo, based on data from the National Dengue Control Unit. Meanwhile, health officials also report a rise in chikungunya cases, a disease transmitted by the same mosquito species, Aedes aegypti. Chikungunya cases by district. Colombo, 63.4% of cases. Gampaha, 18.3% of cases.
පහුගිය මාසයකමාරක පමණ කාලයකදී උණ ආශ්‍රිත රෝගීන් විශාල වශයෙන් අපේ රෝහල්වල අපි දකිනවා විශේෂයෙන්ම
In the past 6 weeks, we've observed a significant rise in fever-related illnesses at hospitals. In Colombo and surrounding areas in the western province, chikungunya cases have been particularly notable. The symptoms include high fever, intense body pain, joint pain and swelling in the knees. Many affected individuals struggle to walk in the initial days. If these symptoms appear, it may indicate chikungunya infection.
පුල්වල වලලු කර දනිස් ආශ්‍රිතව වේදනාව ඒ වගේම ඉදිමුව මේ රෝගීන් ඇවිදින්නෙත් මුල් දවස් කිපේ අපහසුවෙන් මෙවැනි රෝග ලක්ෂණ තිබේ නම් chikungunya යයි සැක කරන්න පුළුවන්.
How to differentiate dengue and chikungunya?
හන්දි වේදනාවන්ගෙන් තොරව ඇතිවන උණ කැස්ස හෙම්බිරිසාව නැතුව ඇතිවන උණ ඩෙන්ගු රෝගය වෙන්න පුළුවන්. ඩෙන්ගු රෝගයේදී අපි දකින්නේ උණ ඒ වගේ
If a patient has fever without joint pain accompanied by cough and congestion, it is more likely dengue. Dengue symptoms include fever, vomiting, headache and sometimes diarrhea. Differentiating chikungunya from dengue can be challenging, especially in the first 5 to 6 days. For body pain, only paracetamol should be used. Other painkillers should be avoided. If one experiences body pain and joint pain, resting and staying hydrated are the best approaches for recovery.
ශරීරය ඇතුලේ රුධිර වහනයක් වෙලා ඩෙන්ගු රෝගී තත්ත්වය බරපතල වෙන්න පුළුවන්. තමන්ට ඇඟපත වේදනාව, හන්දි වේදනාව තිබෙනවා නම් ඇඳ විවේකය ගැනීම සහ වැඩිපුර ජලය, දියර වර්ග පානය කිරීම මේ රෝගයට ප්‍රතිකාර වලට සහායක් වෙනවා.
News First with the people.
Far from the city noise, under a mango tree, children turn broken desks into a stage. They sing, they dance, they try. No bright lights, no big crowds, just a small school and big dreams. Change is coming. An open-air stage for the Kattaragama Primary School. Gamatha, for the people, by the people.
Test cricket.
ලෝකයක් බලා ඉන්න. ලෝකයෝ හැපෙන. ලෝක ටෙස්ට් ශූරතාවලිය.
It's about skill, intelligence,
endurance. ඔස්ට්‍රේලියාව හා දකුණු අප්‍රිකාව අතර
wills of minds, of hearts.
සෙල්ලම ඉස්සෙල්ලම TV1 තිරපිටියෙන් ජූනි 11 සිට 15 දක්වා.
This is the ultimate test match.
Deputy Minister of Digital Economy Aranga Weeraratne has informed Steve Lang, Coordinator for International Communications and Information Policy at the US Department of State, that the Starlink dashboard can be launched in Sri Lanka without delay once it is received.
The Deputy Minister stated that the Sri Lankan government has completed all necessary steps to launch Starlink operations in the country. This announcement was made during a recent meeting between the two officials on the sidelines of the 2025 Asia Technology Summit. The meeting also included discussions on continued US support for Sri Lanka's digital transformation, collaboration with global technology companies such as Google and Meta, the establishment of data centers, and the integration of artificial intelligence across multiple sectors, including the development of AI-based data centers. Key legislative priorities such as the development of the Cyber Security Act, strengthening of the Sri Lanka Compute Emergency Readiness Team, and the proposed amendments to the Online Safety Act and Data Protection Act were also addressed. Steve Lang reaffirmed the United States' commitment to supporting Sri Lanka in implementing these digital policies and programs.
The Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Defence of Australia, Richard Marles, will visit Sri Lanka tomorrow.
The Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Defence of Australia, Richard Marles, will undertake an official visit to Sri Lanka on the 3rd of June 2025 as part of a broader regional engagement strategy aimed at enhancing bilateral cooperation. During his visit, Deputy Prime Minister Marles is scheduled to pay courtesy calls on President Anurakumara Dissanayake and Minister of Foreign Affairs, Foreign Employment and Tourism, Mujitha Herath. He will also meet Prime Minister Dr. Harini Amarasuriya, who will be the chief guest at a special luncheon hosted at the Australia House in honour of the visiting minister. The Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Defence will also hold a bilateral discussion with the Deputy Minister of Defence, Major General Aruna Jayasekara. The visit underscores the growing strategic partnership between Sri Lanka and Australia, particularly in the areas of defence cooperation, regional security and diplomatic engagement. Deputy Prime Minister Marles will be accompanied by senior officials from the Prime Minister's Office, the Department of Defence and the Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade of Australia.
Russian and Ukrainian delegations are in Istanbul for a second round of peace talks, hours after both sides carried out overnight attacks.
Vladimir Medinsky, the head of Moscow's delegation, said that Russia had received Ukraine's draft memorandum for a peace accord ahead of the talks. There was no word on whether Kiev had received Russia's draft. Ukrainian Defense Minister Umerov will head the Ukrainian delegation, while the Russian delegation is headed by the Kremlin aide Vladimir Medinsky. On Sunday, Kiev launched 117 drones on military bases deep inside Russia after Moscow's largest ever aerial attack on Ukraine the previous night. Ukrainian officials say at least 13 Russian warplanes were destroyed in Sunday's drone attack, with Zelensky hailing the operation as an absolute brilliant result. Meanwhile, Russian shelling and air attacks killed 5 people outside southeastern Ukraine, while a drone attack on the northeastern region of Sumy injured at least 6 early on Monday, including 2 children, according to regional officials. Ivan Fedorov, writing on the Telegram messaging app, said 3 women died in a series of Russian shelling incidents. Fedorov said a man died in a nearby district in a Russian strike by a guided aerial bomber. A total of 9 people were injured in the Russian attacks and a private home was destroyed. The governor of the Sumy region said on Telegram that 2 children were among those injured in a Russian drone attack. What happened during the last round of talks? Officials from Kiev and Moscow met in Istanbul just last month for their first face-to-face talks in 3 years. While the brief meeting saw them agree to swap 1,000 prisoners of war, it yielded little else in terms of bringing the war to an end. Neither Russia's President Putin nor Ukrainian President Zelensky were in attendance. The latter criticized the delegation sent from Moscow as quote-unquote low-level.
Mr. Beast has become the first YouTuber to hit 400 million subscribers.
Mr. Beast hit 400 million YouTube subscribers, a milestone that no other content creator on the platform is even close to. What makes it even more surprising is the gap. He's now over 100 million subscribers ahead of T-Series, the platform's second most subscribed YouTube channel. Mr. Beast started his YouTube journey in 2012, posting gaming videos and trying different content formats. His breakout moment came in 2017 with a video where he counted to 100,000, which helped kick off his rise. Since then, Mr. Beast has become known for the over-the-top challenges and the massive giveaways ranging from cars to cash, all of which helped him grow at an incredible pace. In early 2023, the YouTube personality made it clear he wanted to surpass T-Series, who held the top spot at the time. Back then, Mr. Beast had about 125 million subscribers, while T-Series had already passed 230 million. By mid-2024, the gap had closed and Mr. Beast officially became the most subscribed YouTuber on the platform.
India's D. Gukesh, the reigning world chess champion, secured a significant victory over world number 1 Magnus Carlsen at the ongoing Norway chess tournament.
Footage of the 34-year-old Carlsen striking the table in frustration following the loss has since circulated widely online. With this win, Gukesh moves within 1 point of equaling Carlsen in the FIDE world rankings. Gukesh also holds the distinction of being the youngest player ever to win the World Chess Championship.
Oh my God!
Look at that devastation from the world number 1. Turnaround. Historic moment. Gukesh wins against all the odds.
Wow. Gukesh Domaraju has done it. He's got his...
Anuti Gunasekara, the beauty queen who elevated Sri Lanka's name on the international stage at the 72nd Miss World pageant, returned to the island this afternoon. She received a warm welcome at the Katunayake airport. We conclude tonight's news bulletin with happy headlines about her return.
Thank you for watching tonight's bulletin. Good night.
Happy headlines.
Anuti Gunasekara proudly represented Sri Lanka at the 72nd Miss World pageant, which saw the participation of 108 contestants from all around the globe. Anuti marked several unforgettable milestones during this competition, and upon her arrival today, she was met with an enthusiastic reception. After that, she spoke exclusively to Newsfirst. Hi guys, with me right now is Anudhi Gunasekara, who made all of us proud in this year's Miss World competition. So Anudhi, when you were 17 years old, you told yourself that you want to compete in this global stage. So how happy are you right now, and also what do you think about representing Sri Lanka in a global stage like that?
Well, I do not have words to explain how happy and proud I am right now. And thank you for remembering that I wanted to compete at 17. Because I believe it is not just about winning the pageant. I've always been telling I wanted to compete at Miss World. I wanted to represent my country. Because winning the crown is a whole different story. It is extremely difficult, and there are so many things that we have to consider when it comes to the crown. But I believe my main goal was to represent my country the best way possible. And I think I did that, because like I said in my head-to-head speech, Sri Lanka is a small country. They wouldn't even know. There are some people that I met during my pageant season. They were like, what is Sri Lanka, like where is it, what's happening in it? They know that it's very famous for tourism, but they don't know anything about my country. They know we have good tea, that's it. But I believe Sri Lanka has so much to offer. We have so many resources in our country, and the Sri Lankan talent as well. So I wanted to represent that aspect at pageant, and I think I did that. I did my best, and I'm so happy for everything that I've achieved.
So Anudhi, talking about last Saturday, I believe everyone was watching you on the global stage. It was like watching a cricket World Cup final once again, and like everyone was like supporting to you. So we have been doing this, something that you love to do. So what do you feel about it? Also, there will be a lot of kids and also a lot of people who wants to do something that they love. So what is the message that you can give to them?
Well, like you said, pageantry is something that I wanted to do even when I was 17, but I was not 18 to compete, but I had to wait for 7 years, and that's a long time. So I just want to tell anyone who's watching this, whether it's a man or a woman, a kid, anyone, if you have a dream, please chase it. Do not ever give up on it. Do not let your world decide what you have to do. If someone says that it is too crazy to dream about something like that, it is not practical, it is impossible, do not listen to it. Because if I listened to that, I wouldn't be here today. I just want you to know that you are special, you are unique, you have your own unique personality, and use that. And that's how I think I also came this far. And that's a message I want to give.
We heard that you want to act with Vijay Deverakonda, and we heard his response as well. So will we see Anudhi and Vijay Deverakonda in a movie in the coming future?
Okay, this is a perfect opportunity for me to clear that misunderstanding. Okay, I never wanted to be an actress. I don't know. I never wanted to act in anything. That wasn't something that I was very passionate about. I don't think I have it in me. But when this interview came to me and asked about the Telugu actors, I said that Vijay is one of my favorites. And when she asked me, you want to act, I can't say no to that. I mean, he's a good actor, he's good looking, and I respect him. But I do not think you will see me in movies, to be really honest, because I have other career goals. Like I want to join the UN, I want to chase my diplomatic career path as well, and I want to do my higher studies. You will see me in those places, but not in movies.
Thank you so much, Anudhi, for joining with Newsfirst, and I believe you made all of us proud and also took Sri Lanka to the world, so thank you so much.
Happy headlines.